I want to share my point of view on the whole Kyrie Irving story that has basically been in the news this past week. I've seen and heard a lot of people give their takes, their opinion on the matter. And of course, guys, for those who don't know, Kyrie Irving is a superstar basketball player currently playing for the Nets,
Brooklyn
the
Nets.
Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, I wanted to say New Jersey, but that's the old Nets.
That's the
And
trash Nets.
that's the trash
Well,
Nets.
they're still trash now, but I just wanted to.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah. No, but yeah, he's currently facing a lot of criticism in the media for a tweet he posted this week with a link to a movie. The movie is based on a book, and the movie is regarded by at least the mainstream media, certain people or a lot of people, as anti-Semitic. And from what I understand, because I went just to look to see what the movie is about, and I saw that the movie, let's say, the main narrative is that the movie pushes a theory that people of color are actually the true descendants of the biblical Israelites. And of course, it also says that it's something that I've heard before. It says that the Jews that we know are not the real Jews. Now, I think personally that Kyrie posted it in light of what was going on with Kanye West already. Now, some people would say, Kanye West is getting a lot of backlash for what he said. I'm not going to
Jump on the sword.
I'm not going to shake this tree because I don't know if there's a hornet's nest, but Kyrie said, "Point me to the nest," and
Where can I
and
put my hand in?
and he basically went in and he shared the link. They went on a conference. They asked about it during a press conference. He didn't want to answer it. He just said that it was a tweet, and well, basically, he received a lot of backlash from the mainstream media, but also from the sports media, saying that what he did and said wasn't right, and that he should apologize. He didn't apologize. He did agree, together with the team and the Anti-Defamation League, that so he would donate 500K, and the Brooklyn Nets would also donate 500K to let's say combat racism and hate. But then the following day they suspended him because he still refused to apologize, and the team is of the opinion that he should apologize. We touched on the Kanye story last week, and for those of you who didn't check it out, go check it out. And please share your thoughts with us as well on the videos. But for this particular thought of the day, I don't want to go. Because I think the story is more or less the same. I want to touch this topic from a different angle. I want to approach this topic from a different angle. I strongly believe in the concept of extreme ownership, which is something I think is a concept that is coined by Jocko Willink. And basically what it is, or at least how I understand it and how I apply it in my daily life, is that I think that so let's say no matter what happens, maybe someone can do me wrong, but I always think to myself, I point the finger towards myself and ask myself, what could I've done differently? And there are certain situations where, yeah, you couldn't have known, but oftentimes you will see that there are a lot of things that you can do yourself to protect yourself and to put yourself in a better position and limit risks and setbacks in your life. So with this concept in mind, I also analyzed this whole situation with Kyrie Irving. And well, I'm not going to talk about the discussion whether, so what Kyrie and Kanye said, so that's not relevant to my thought of today. What's important to me is, or what's noteworthy to me is the position that the Jewish community has in at least the Western society. It's remarkable because they are not the only people who have suffered or have history of suffering, but they are one of the strongest communities that you cannot, let's say when something happens that they don't agree with, they immediately make their positions known. So they have a strong position within the Western community. And I try to think to myself how, so let's say what's the reason for that? So I try to analyze and see. And I think I derived a couple of lessons to me that I would like to share with our viewers and our subscribers. Despite having, so let's say the first thing is, despite having different, let's say despite having internal problems with one another, let's say maybe they have beefs with each other, they have problems in business or whatever, when something happens like what is happening right now, they do act as one. They have solidarity, at least towards the outside world. And that's something to be admired, and I believe that every group should strive for that as well. But I wanted to go one layer deeper to see how come they have that position. And when you look at the Jewish community, when you think of the Jewish community, you think of business owners, you think of people with high-ranking positions. They are known to be workers, so they work hard. So how can other communities strengthen their position within a country? Solidarity is one thing. I touched on it a minute ago. But how can you gain solidarity? I believe that the real strength is in entrepreneurship and in ownership. That's the first step. The second step would be to support people within your community. Sometimes in certain communities, when we know that someone does something, we want it for free. No. If you have a friend or family and you want to show your support, you show support by paying. That way, that person grows and you grow if you pay for each other's services. But if you both do services, so provide services or products for free to one another, then you'll both stay broke. And I believe it's a mindset shift that needs to happen to grow as individuals and support each other to create the solidarity. That way, and the third one is you have to have credibility. We talked about the whole Black Lives Matter movement in our previous show and how they could have had so much more influence because they were really growing fast, but because they didn't manage it correctly, because there were a lot of questionable purchases and actions, that they lost credibility. And that's a shame. So it's important to remember while you're growing to keep a certain level of ethical behavior, to keep a certain level of credibility, so that when you step out as a community or as a representatives of a community, people will take you seriously. And when that happens, you can be sure that if someone attacks your community, you will be able to react in the same way that the Jewish community is reacting right now. It starts with you. It starts with the community, with your community. We always have to work on ourselves and with each other to strengthen our position, and then we can realize change, meaningful changes. KR, that's my random thought of the day.
That was quite deep. I thought you were going someplace else, but I guess. But I do agree with you. Focus on yourself, accountability. Help yourself, help family and friends. They help their family, friends, and that's how you strengthen a community, not by trying to overreach.
Yeah.